Ascetic versus aesthetic, two words that sound so similar, yet their meanings couldn't be more different. If you've ever confused the two, you're not alone. But understanding their contrast is more than just a vocabulary lesson. It's about exploring two distinct ways of looking at life. Let's start with ascetic. This word traces its roots to the Greek ascetikos, meaning practice or discipline. An ascetic lifestyle is all about self-denial, simplicity, and renunciation of worldly pleasures. Imagine a monk living in a sparse room, meditating and fasting, detached from material possessions. That's asceticism. It's a philosophy rooted in spiritual or personal growth, stripping life down to its essentials to focus on something deeper, like inner peace or enlightenment. Now, let's shift to aesthetic. This word also comes from Greek origins, aesthetikos, which relates to perception or sensation. Aesthetic is all about beauty, art, and sensory experience. It's the appreciation of things that look, sound, or feel beautiful. Whether it's the design of a modern building, the colors in a painting, or the melody of a song, aesthetics are what bring a spark of pleasure and meaning to our everyday lives. Where ascetic is about denial, aesthetic is about indulgence, not necessarily material indulgence, but the indulgence of our senses and emotions. So where do these two ideas meet? At first glance, they seem like polar opposites, right? But here's the twist. Asceticism and aesthetics aren't always at odds. For example, some might find the aesthetic beauty in simplicity, the clean lines of minimalist design, or the serene elegance of an empty room. In this case, the ascetic and aesthetic merge. Even the lack of ornamentation can carry a certain emotional or visual appeal. Here's another nuance. Ascetic lifestyles often aim to strip away distractions, allowing individuals to connect with something authentic or raw. And isn't that ultimately an aesthetic choice as well? A pursuit of purity or truth, which can be beautiful in its own way. By understanding the distinction, we unlock a fascinating question. How do we balance these two? In our fast-paced, material-driven world, ascetic practices can teach restraint and mindfulness. Yet, aesthetics remind us to celebrate the beauty and creativity that make life extraordinary. It's not about choosing one over the other. It's about knowing when each serves its purpose. So ascetic or aesthetic, the magic lies in embracing the best of both. Each offers us a perspective on life, a way to understand the world, and maybe even a guide for how to live it. And perhaps when we see them not as opposites but as companions, we'll find the most meaningful harmony.